Now then, what about the right ventricle? Have a little look at this. That's the left ventricle. That's got the thickest wall. That's the left atrium. Very thin wall. This is the right ventricular free wall up here. So which of these pressures would you go for? You've got a choice of 30, 60, 80, 10. Vote away. I can see why we're getting some of the numbers we've got here. Let's broadcast these results now. And the answer is, what got the most votes? 30 got, or equal most votes. And 30 is the number I would have come up with. So, to my mind, 30 is correct. Well, not just to my mind, 30 is correct. Maybe 32, 34, that sort of figure, but a low number. Because the right ventricle is a low pressure chamber. It's a bellows shaped chamber rather than the piston that the left ventricle is. The right ventricle wraps around it. In fact, it should really be called the cranial ventricle because it's more cranial than it is rightward of the left ventricle. And it's a low pressure system. And that's why it's got a thinner wall. And 60, and occasionally you can get up to 60 or even 80 if it's got a pressure overload, but that wouldn't be normal. And 10's too low. That would be the same sort of pressure as the left atrium. It's got a thicker wall than the left atrium and a thinner wall than the left ventricle, so it's got to be between the two. So, good, making progress on these pressures. What about the right atrium? I'm going to show you a little video clip as well now, which is a dog with a congenital lesion that gives you a bit of a clue as to what pressure might be in the right atrium, because you can see flow occurring through an atrial septal defect. I wasn't going to tell you it was an atrial septal defect, but I've just noticed that I've labelled it as such, so it's fairly apparent. So what votes have we got now? I'm really enjoying this learning process because everybody is getting spot on. It's got to be less than the left atrium. So let's just broadcast those. Yeah, any of these sorts of numbers, 20, if we'd had 20, blood would not be going through this way from the left atrium to the right atrium. It would be going the other way. So 4, 1, yeah, something like that would be fine.